Hi, it's Sarah here from Sew Sarah Style. I hope you're well. Thank you so much for joining me. Today I have the second in the Sew April Blouse 24 challenge series. This I'm coming to you, I've made half of the stuff that I talked about, and I'd completely overcommitted, but at the same time I really want to make everything that I talked about. So I thought I would hop on halfway through, show you what I've made so far, and then come to you with another vlog for the other half. So the two-part series is now turned into a trilogy. I hope you don't mind. But I've still got plenty of things to talk about for today. So here I am wearing the beautiful day dress made into a blouse from Soften Studio. I am so pleased with this. I showed you the fabric before. It's I called it a cotton gauze. I don't know if it's a voile or a gauze. Anyway, it just takes this smocking detail really well. As I said before, it's all done by gathering. The gathering, sorry, is all done by drawstring. So you've got a drawstring casing there and there, and then you thread your ties through. So that works really well. I did have to have a wry smile at myself last week saying, when I was making the sleeves for this, oh, I don't like gathering. I really don't like gathering. And there is a certain amount of gathering in this top, but not actually as much as you would think, because most of the hard work's done by the drawstring. There is gathering that goes across the shoulders and also across the back yoke. But because this fabric is so light, it gathered up beautifully. And also another little tip that I've sort of picked up for myself, you probably know all this already, I am always keen to kind of sort of race through projects, and that's I think why I get frustrated with gathering. But what I did for these, I wanted to do it perfectly. So I sat in front of the TV one evening and I just did it all by hand, and I gathered it and I pinned it and I made sure that it was all perfect really. So instead of rushing it and not being happy with it, I am actually really happy with the gathering here and also across the back. Burrito shoulders and back, so the inside's gorgeous as well. I have French seamed pretty much all of it because I just wanted it to last, apart from the inside of the sleeves, because I kind of forgot and I sewed them the normal way, which is really annoying. But to be honest, I think sewing sleeves with a French seam is a bit of a challenge as well, so that's something that I will take on in the future. I have made it with the puff sleeves. I'm not sure I'll keep the puff sleeves because they're one of the floaty butterfly sleeves, which are really beautiful as well, or I might have made the elastic a little bit tight. It's pretty, but I don't know whether the floaty sleeves will work better. It goes really nicely with jeans. I'll put a picture in to do the half tuck, and I like the volume. I didn't narrow it. It is pretty wide, so if it's a dress, obviously it'll be wide and floaty. I know for myself that I wouldn't necessarily wear it as much as a dress, so I'm really glad that I made the blouse option. I cut it quite long and up and down like a yo-yo, and I just made a deep hem as well, because I think that helps sort of ground it all a little bit. Anything else to tell you? I made a size 8, which is quite a bit smaller than my measurements, because when I looked at the finished garment measurements, I went, oh wow, okay. You know, there's a fair bit to get away with. That's just reminded me. So the one thing that I will say is, because I made the 8, when I cut it out, the back yoke looked quite small. So I think that's probably the way to do it, is to have a look at the size of the yoke, because that's the main fitted bit, to be honest. You can see it there, but it works well because I've got small shoulders, so I could go for a small size with the yoke, and then everything billowed out beyond that. So that would be my advice if you're worried about sort of what size to do. Just have a look at the yoke piece, and if the yoke fits you and it fits you across the shoulders, the chances are everything else should be okay, because there's a fair amount of ease in this. Absolutely love it. It's so pretty. It doesn't look like pajamas at all, which is what I was worried about because of this celestial cloud fabric. But yeah, I'll put a picture in of me wearing this, and go and get yourself one and make it for the summer, because it's just gorgeous. As I say, I love the smocking effect. I'm all for a cheat, and the smocking effect without smocking is brilliant. You just have to be a little bit accurate, obviously, with where you're sewing the inside channels. But other than that, once you've got your drawstrings through, then it's easy. So there is quite a little bit of obviously ironing of drawstring casing and drawstrings. Now I put on a vlog a couple of weeks ago the fact that I always seem to burn my fingers with a steam iron. A couple of people, and I haven't ordered them yet, I said I was going to, said that they have silicone finger covers, which I really wished I had when I was doing this, because I did get my fingers burnt with the steam a few times. So that's another little tip. Have a look, just see if you can get hold of some of these silicone finger covers, because they sound like a fantastic idea. So as you can see, the other thing that I've made is the Romy lantern sleeve top. So I'll come on and model that with the shorts in a minute. And the other thing I did want to say is, in my next vlog, as I say, I will be talking about the birder top, which is this one. I have made a toile for that because I wasn't sure which option to go for, so I've made a bit of a toile, and I'll stick a picture in, but I'll talk about that more in the next vlog. And also the other one I was wanting to make was the puff and pencil tie waist blouse, tie front blouse, sorry, in this lovely fabric. Now I don't want to waste this fabric, and you know me, I do love a toile, so I've got some fabric, and that's another reason why I haven't waited to put this out, because I'm going to be fiddling about with that probably for a while. To make the toile, I've got this, it's a marble print cotton. It's a Joann's cotton, actually, from Rainbow Fabrics. I don't know if you can see, it's got a little bit of a sheen to it. Oh yeah, did you like the fact that look, I've got my matching nail varnish for this. I'm so excited about this top. I thought, well, I'll make my nails to match. I know it's a bit naff, isn't it? So this is, yeah, from Rainbow Fabrics, and it's a quilting cotton from Joann's, and it's really quite stiff. So when it came through, I just thought, oh, I'm not quite sure what I'm going to make with that, because it's quite heavy cotton. But I think the tie front blouse with the collar and everything will work out quite well in that. So I'm going to have a practice in that first, to get the size, to get the techniques. You know the drill. I always do love a toile, and then I'll be making it up in this. So that's the other two sets that I talked about. So look out for the next vlog. In the meantime, I will hand across to me showing you what I've done with this and the shorts. So here we are. I'm struggling to fit everything in again, but there you go. Look, they are shorts. To be honest, it saves you having to look at my post-winter knees, so we'll leave it as it is. This is the Romy lantern sleeve top by Tiana's Closet. Again, it's just in a drapier fabric to the toile that I made, so it gives a completely different effect. But I still really like the fact that it's got a fair amount of volume at the bottom. There's the lantern, if you can see that, and then it's just got these little small cuffs. It's supposed to be 3/4 length sleeves. On me it's bracelet length, which I really like, and there's something, I don't know, quite cool about long sleeves and shorts. I just like that combination, and obviously, you know, in our climate you can get away with it probably for most of the summer, to be honest. So really happy with the top. So I'm just trying to think. I made a size medium, I'm just looking across here, and it was the toile was relatively narrow here, which was quite nice in comparison to the width of the cuffs. But this one, I just wanted it to be a bit looser and more floaty. So the front and the back, I just cut out, I just sliced it all the way to the top, and then literally it's only a centimetre or so, I guess, just over a centimetre, just opened it up a little bit just to give that little bit of width. Did the same on the back as well. And the other thing that I've changed is, it looks like, I didn't read the instructions, sorry, but it looks like there should be a back slit opening, maybe with a hook or something. I haven't bothered with that again. I just made sure, well, actually I didn't even need to make sure, I could get it over my head without having a back slit, so that's always the easy option for me. And I've just used bias binding for the neckband, which is, I think, the advised way to do it, so I haven't had to bother fiddling around with the back. Absolutely love this, really, really pleased with it. The Pomona shorts, again, these to me are the perfect short pattern. I have made another pair which are just literally like pajama bottom shorts, because I wasn't sure whether I'd have enough fabric, so I toiled something else. I'll show that in my next video, the difference between the Pomonas and just a separate waistband pair of shorts, if you know what I mean. These, I just like these because they're not too flary and they're not too narrow. It's just the right width at the bottom, and it's a 2-inch elastic waist. So really these are reminiscent of my absolute, as you know, favourite Derwent trousers, but these are for a woven. So the idea of this, you do need a fair amount of fabric because the pattern piece is pretty big. I'll show you here. It's all cut in one, so that's the front and the back in one, so you cut 2 of these mirrored. There's no as a result there's no side seams, so if you had like stripy fabric or whatever, you wouldn't need to worry about matching that. And then you just fold the top over, so you fold it over a small amount and then you fold it over, I think it's 2¼ inches, sew it, and then you put your elastic in. So it's basically an integrated waistband, and there's not a huge amount of gathering I find with this, so I can, if I want to, I can pull all the gathering round to the back and have a flat front waistband. I made my usual adjustment with this, which is the full seat adjustment. So this is the back, this is the back rise. So I've just added, I haven't made as much of an adjustment as I thought actually. I thought I'd sort of cut right across there, but I don't think I have. I've added a small inch there, so I've cut up here and added some, sorry I'm not explaining it very well. So I've added some down there, but look, I've also, looks like I've just sort of very cheeky little extra bit on there. So again, to give you some extra room, what am I talking about? I've just found where I did it. There you go. So I've cut, whether it's right or not, I've gone along the lengthen or shorten rise here, and I've cut that open and I've pulled it open there. I have no idea whether this is the right thing to do or not, but it works for me. And I think when you've got a fairly loose drapey fabric, it doesn't matter. Ultimately, what I wanted was to have the extra room. I keep doing that, don't I? I should stop doing that round the back, so it basically I don't get hungry bum. So yeah, really, really pleased with both of these, and I will get changing out and show you what I did with the extra, because I think it must have been 2.5 or 3 meters of this fabric, and so I had a fair bit left over, and still I do not want any scraps hanging around, so I'll show you what I made with that. Hang on one sec. Back again with the absolutely amazing Tammy Handmade Near t-shirt in a woven. It's the first time I've actually made it in a woven, and it works perfectly. I haven't made any adjustments to the pattern because I wanted an oversized t-shirt when I made the original in the jersey. So it's a nice loose size. I think it's the medium. But anyway, there's plenty of ease in it, so you don't need to worry about going up or down a size. Works brilliantly with the sleeve cuffs that we put on, and I've just put a knit neckband. Now I did put on my stories about what neckband should I use, because I've got about 14 different colours and every single one of them seems to be in here. So just to show you a few of them I've got here, that literally everything will go with it. This was a popular choice, which I think would have been lovely. This one was also a popular choice, and I kind of was thinking about going for that one. And bless her, Tammy actually got back to me and said this was her choice as well, as it was Ruan's. That was the front runner for a while. And then what I did was, when I actually made it, I held them all up to my neck, and I've gone with the burnt orange, which is just me, and I think it goes quite nicely with the blue. So thank you to everybody who voted. Like I say, there were no wrong answers because literally everything goes, but I think that works quite nicely. The other thing that I meant to say, these bra straps, sorry, was I've kept the elastic loose on these pants because I find that sometimes then when I wash them, the elastic tightens up. Also, they're not going anywhere, they're sitting on my hips, so there's no problem with those at all. But yeah, the Pomonas, I really must make some Pomona trousers at some point, because I've made the shorts, love them, and there's no reason why I shouldn't make the Pomona trousers, because they don't take long at all. But there you go. So that is it for number 2 of the trilogy. So I will be back to show you the results of the other items that I'm making. As I say, I made a start with some of the toiles for them, and I just need to get it made up, and I will get back to you when that's all done. So in the meantime, take care. Thanks for watching. Bye.